have a seat on your mat. We're doing our seated postures today, and you can have a block or a cushion, something to help lift your seat. You can also have a strap to help with reaching forward, kind of like an extension of your arms. So finding a nice comfortable seat, you can either be on your feet or you can have your legs crossed. And first we'll find our breath. So take a nice deep inhale, reaching your arms up, taking a nice big stretch, and then exhale, bring your arms down. My dog's barking at the bone. I gave him inhale, take both arms up, and then exhale towards your right side. So you're gonna side bend towards the side, and you think about opening up through your ribs, breathing through your side as you take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale to lift again. Exhale towards your left. So side bending, opening up through your ribs, breathing, looking up into the inside of your elbow. One more deep inhale, and then exhale, come back to center. Just doing an easy twist. So taking your hand to opposite knee, take a nice deep inhale to grow tall, exhale to twist. Looking over your shoulder with your eyes. Nice deep inhale, and then exhale, come back to center, switching sides. Hand on opposite knee, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twisting, looking over your shoulder. And I'm just doing some small pressure on my knee to help propel me into the twist. One more deep inhale, and then exhale, come back to center. So we're going to be exploring some hip stretches, going into fire log pose, which is crossing your shins in front, top of the other. So to get into that, we need to open up through the hips. So we're going to take our legs nice and wide. It could be a V shape, doesn't have to be too wide. Take a nice deep inhale, bringing your arms up, and then exhale, bring your hands forward. There can be a slight bend in the knees. If you have any tightness or pulling on the knees, that's a signal to bend them slightly. And have your toes pointing up towards the ceiling. That way your legs feel grounded, they feel heavier, and then you can push through the heels of your feet. Use your breath. So as you inhale, you're lengthening the spine. As you exhale, you're falling forward. Again, inhale, lengthening the spine. Think about your chest is like headlights, pointing the way forward, and then exhale to fall. So you want to have your hips tilting forward, toes are pointing up. If you feel like there's no rotation in the hips, you can also lift your seat and sit up on some blocks to help tilt your hips forward. That's also an option. So with each breath, we're going to fall forward. We go one more time, inhale, and then exhale. And you can either even use a cushion in front of you. I have a block, I can rest my head or rest my palms in front. One more deep inhale as you lengthen, and then exhale to slowly come back up. So we're gonna do one leg in. Legs are still nice and wide. Take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale, side bending. So my arm is going alongside my long leg. Other arm is reaching up and over. And if you feel like it's too much on your shoulder or your arm to just hang out there, you can have your hand in the back of the head, opening up your arm, look up on the inside of your elbow. Nice deep inhale, feeling that nice stretch through your side. And then exhale, slowly release. We're gonna counter side bend to the other side. Inhale, and then exhale, bring your arm over. And then for a nice back stretch, you're gonna sweep your arms across in front of you. Feels really good. Inhale to come back up, and then exhale again, sweep the other direction. Sweeping your arms across. Inhale to come back up. And we're gonna switch sides. So replacing your legs into that V shape, replacing your foot back in. Both arms are raised as you inhale, and then exhale, side bend. So still my toes are pointing up towards the ceiling, grounding as I side bend, look up into the inside of your elbow. Again, you can rest your hands in the back of your head. Nice deep inhale as you stretch through your side ribs, encouraging longer, deeper breaths. And then as you exhale, we're gonna come back up to neutral and then find yourself in the other side to counter stretch. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, we're gonna again sweep across, bowing towards your legs, feeling a nice stretch through your back. Inhale to come back to where we started. Exhale, sweeping your arms across again the other way. Coming back up. So now we're gonna bring our one leg that's bent, cross it over your straight leg. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, twisting. So feel free to do this pose with the bottom leg stretched. If you're familiar with the pose and your bottom leg is underneath, same thing, you can go ahead and do that as well. So whichever pose you want to do, we're just always making sure we're on our sit bones evenly and we're twisting through the bottom of the spine, middle of the spine to the crown of the head. So as you inhale, you're lengthening, exhale, you're twisting, and the back hand is right behind the spine. You can either tense your fingers to help lift you up, or if you have nice long arms, you can go ahead and plant your palm down. My arms are kind of short and they don't reach, so I'm going to tip my fingers. And then look over your shoulder with your eyeballs, again, giving your eyes some movement, some physical exercise, because we also have muscles around our eyes that need to be worked. Take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale. We're gonna, again, counter twist. Take your hand on the inside of your leg, opening your chest, look over your shoulder. Take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale to gently release. So if your bottom leg is bent under, go ahead and lean to one side to unbend. I'm gonna uncross my leg, cross the other way. Bottom leg is still stretched and flexed. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, twisting towards your bent knee, looking over your shoulder. So I'm just going to demonstrate with this leg stretched. One side might feel better stretched, and the other one bent. Doesn't really matter. You want to always make sure we're looking for that nice deep twist in your spine. Inhaling to lengthen, exhale to twist. Look over your shoulder with your eyeballs. One more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release, untwisting, and then retwist the other direction. Hand is behind the spine, propping you up. Chest is nice and long. Open the shoulders, look back behind you. Counter twisting. One more deep inhale. And then exhale to gently release. So we're going to follow that up with a forward bend. When you're doing these twisting, it's good to do a forward and a back bend to help realign the hips and the spine. So take a nice deep inhale to lengthen, sitting up nice and tall, feet are flexed, exhale to bow forward. So this is a pose where you might need to use a strap. If you're using the strap to help reach towards your feet, the strap is going around the balls of your toes, and then you're pulling on your strap gently as your feet press away. So we're not pushing so much that our feet begin to extend. We want to keep them flexed. So toes are still pointing up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale, we're going to bow towards our legs. And tucking your chin in towards your chest helps to complete the stretch. So we're stretching also the fascia that wraps around the body by doing this, and also helps to engage the Jalandhara Bandha. So this bandha, this energy lock that's under the chin to help complete that energy circuit through the body. So take another deep inhale. We're allowing the pelvis to forward tilt. We're allowing our spine to extend. And as you exhale, we're bowing, tucking the chin, looking down between the legs. Take one more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to gently release. So we're going to follow that up with a back bend. And so by doing that, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. We're gonna bring ourselves to reverse table. So bring your feet to hip width, knees are hip width, hands are about 6 inches away. My fingers are pointing towards me. I find I prefer that position. I feel more secure. Some people prefer this way. I feel like I'm not so secure and I'm actually hurting my wrist. So do what feels good for you. Maybe it's out to the side. Just do what's good so that you don't feel too much pressure on one side and the other. It's evenly distributed on your wrist. Take a nice deep inhale to open your chest, going into that back bend, lifting your stomach. If you want, you can go ahead and press up into a reverse table, lifting yourself all the way up to a neutral spine. And as you come down, think about your bum going down first. So we're going into that back bend. Let the back come down into that back bend and opening the chest, bending the elbows to go into the full back bend. Feel free to keep your head lifted or look back behind you. We can do that one more time. So I'm back bending my spine, pressing up through the palms, and then lifting my hips up into reverse table. Again, feel free to look forward or hang your head back. Exhale to gently release. And again, think about your bum going down first and then coming back down. So we're going to open up the hips one more time with seated pigeon. So with my right knee bent, my left ankle is going to go over across the thigh. Again, the foot is flexed to protect the knee. This might be enough of a hip opener for you. If you feel like this is enough and you feel a good stretch, stay right here. If you feel like you want to go further, options are is you can just step your right foot closer towards you. You can also shimmy your bum closer towards your foot, and you can also extend your chest. So I'm gonna now press into my palms, fingers are pointing away, lifting your chest in towards my ankle. As you inhale, we're extending the spine. As you exhale, you're bringing your chest and chin closer to each other. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, bring it in closer to each other. One more deep inhale. And then go ahead and exhale, release, going in reverse. So I'm just walking my hand back. I'm walking my foot forward and getting ready for the other side. So I'm gonna again cross my leg over, cross my right ankle over my left thigh, foot is flexed. This might be enough. Again, like I said, each side might be different. So always be gentle with yourself, practicing ahimsa, no harm. And then go ahead and walk your hands or walk your foot or scooch your bum. Do what feels good. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to bring your shin closer to your chest. Again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring it closer. One more deep inhale. And then exhale to gently release. I'm going to walk my hands back, walk my foot forward, and release. So now comes the fun part, cobbler's pose. So in this position, you want to have your shin parallel to the side of your mat, and your other shin is on top. And maybe your cobbler's pose looks like this. So this is me who's done yoga for a long, long time. My hips don't go that way. I'm just going to stay here. If your knee to foot connects, awesome, your hips are very open, and maybe you want to move your chest forward to deepen that stretch. If you're like me and this is as far as you can go, stay upright. Use your breath to help lengthen your spine. Exhale, you can gently move forward, but always be careful of your joints. So doing this, you want to keep your feet flexed to keep your knees protected. Your shins are engaged to protect your knees, and we're feeling a beautiful stretch through your hips. Take one more deep inhale, and then exhale, lean forward, inhale, lengthen, exhale, lean forward. Just pausing here for 3 more deep breaths. Also a great pose to do if you cycle or you run. All of those poses are forward movements. Rarely do we have our knees going out to the side. So it's good to do practices like this to encourage full movement of the hips. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and walk your hands back if you're leaning forward. And I'm just going to carefully use my hands to assist my leg to bring it down. And we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So my other shin is going to go across the side. Foot is flexed to protect the knee. Other foot is going across. And it's also good to note that I'm on my ankle bone. I'm not just on the foot, because if you're just on the foot, your ankle can sickle, which is not good. Sickling of your ankle can have long-term damaging effects. So we don't want to do that. We want to go over the ankle bone. The ankle's pretty much digging into my leg, which is also good for the fascia, so that's okay if it hurts slightly. And I'm looking for the angle where both my shins are matched to my mat. So I'm following that line. Again, inhale to lengthen, exhale to fall forward. So if your knee and ankle are connecting, awesome. Go ahead and go right down to the floor. Some people can get their nose or chin right down, and feel free, if you can do that, go right ahead. If you feel like you're far enough and you don't want to go any further, up to you. Always listen to your body. So take 3 more deep inhales to lengthen the spine. Exhale, leaning forward, keeping your chest nice and open. Again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to lean forward. 1 more deep inhale. And then exhale to gently release. So we're going to end the practice with doing our cross-legged, but this time crossing your legs not from the default. So my default is with my right leg over top. I'm going to do the opposite. So it should feel weird for you, and that's good, because we want to encourage move the hips to move in different ways than normal. Take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale. Hold on to both elbows. With both elbows, you're pressing your head into your arms, and we're opening the chest, opening the shoulders, and we're growing nice and tall. Again, we're going to side bend. Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale back to center. We're going to go ahead and interlace the fingers behind, open the chest, looking up towards the ceiling. If you're not able to interlace the fingers, that's okay. You can just hold on to the elbows. I'm just going to go into side view here. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, bowing forward. 1 more deep inhale. Exhale to release. We're going to take the backs of the hands against each other, cross them over, interlace the fingers, thread your hands through. Just because we did a lot of pressure on the wrists, good to stretch them out. Switch to the other side, interlace the fingers, thread this needle through the hole, stretching out the wrists. Again, we're going to bring our palms together, prayer position, but reverse. So one hand is down, one hand is up. Pressing gently so you feel the stretch through your wrists, and switch to the other way. And then last one, roller coaster. So interlace your fingers and wave your arms. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much. That was great.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.